Do I feel that hip hop is slipping away? I feel that there has been a transition within hip hop. I think that what we understood, what we knew, what we want to know as hip hop has been commodified. That what I once celebrated as hip hop isn't the same, right? Hip hop used to be only appreciated, in communities of color, within urban spaces. I think it's become less and less, of an important vehicle for the disenfranchised, for the marginalized, for the vulnerable, in order to seek refuge, in order to seek, their freedom.
It is slipping slightly. I think it has to. You have to be present. If you're not present to accept or hear the music, then it's not gonna continue to evolve.
So some people might ask, what caused the decline of hip hop? Well, I think there are many reasons for the decline of hip hop. I think we've got more conscious about, misogyny and sexism. I think we've become less tolerant of, some other things that were in hip hop that didn't necessarily glorify us. And I think that the gross commodification of materialism all took its toll on hip hop.
Hip hop is a lot of memories. It's a lot of nostalgia. Growing up, hip hop was outside music in the parks. You could hear the music from blocks. You knew where we're at because you could just hear the sound. So you would go to, let's say, it'd be 110th Street at Lexington Avenue, Park Avenue, or it'd be 106th Street on Lexington Avenue. So DJs bring their stuff out and start rocking. Yeah. All night long. It was never no problem.
Well, I think that many people think that hip hop is about violence, that it's about profanity, it's about misogyny, it's about homophobia. Let's get this clear. Those elements do exist in hip hop, but that's because hip hop exists within the context of the United States. So if you're talking about profanity, if you talk about a glorification of materialism, if you're talking about, misogyny and patriarchy, all those things are not exclusive to, nor do they begin in hip hop. But what does begin in hip hop is the ability for the silence, for the voiceless to gain voice, to push against its oppressors. In a sense, hip hop is the first, and probably the most prolific counter establishment language or movement that we have in the United States, if not the globe.
Well, there's people who have a negative, I guess, hip hop could be a negative connotation when they hear that word. They hear gangster rap and misogyny and all that kind of stuff, and teenage pregnancy and drug addiction and drug entrepreneurship in the streets. But it's too much of the times had a lot to do with what was being said in the music. So again, you have to have kids that are able to articulate that, right?
I think that hip hop gave us a space where we can be experts, a space where we can lead, a space where we didn't exist under the shadow of the white gaze, a space where our language made sense, a space where we could love ourselves, we can love our hair, we can love our neighborhoods, we can love the way we dress, we can love the way we speak and talk. Hip hop gave us a space of our own, and within that space, not only did it create life and we create life, we learned to love ourselves and love the lives that we lived and who we were. Right? And so if you're a black and brown person who's told by every other media channel that you are ugly, that you're not beautiful, that you're not intelligent, hip hop became this platform that gave us a counter narrative. And that narrative said, you are everything that you are. You are everything that you are meant to be. You are beautiful. You are lovely. The place you live is rich and wealthy. Hip hop was this beautiful, powerful counter space that we created, a narrative, that we created that gave us life, and in that life it gave us a way and an ability to love ourselves.
So hip hop for me is life because it's a huge part of my life. Just going to parties, hanging out, and I'm talking about the day where nobody was standing around. The walls were sweaty due to the condensation on the wall because of the humidity and the heat that we gave off while we was dancing. The floors would get greasy. It was just like It was like wall to wall, like people dancing. So yeah, that's what hip hop mean to me.
Hip hop has evolved, right? And it has mutated and matured with consciousness. People, as long as we have vulnerability and vulnerable situations, hip hop will long be that voice. So when hip hop evolves, I can't wait to see, I can't wait to hear how it sounds and how this new voice for the disfranchised begin to erupt from the bowels of people and give us a new music, a new language, a new point of creation for new life. I think hip hop is going into its cocoon. What will emerge will be tomorrow's butterfly.